Have you ever wondered how Nate Diaz, a Stockton native, became one of the greatest UFC fighters in history? From his humble beginnings to his rise to fame in the octagon, Nate Diaz has become a force to be reckoned with. Known for his grit, tenacity, and unyielding spirit, he's captured the hearts of fans worldwide. Today, we're going to delve into the life and career of this formidable fighter, exploring his journey, his triumphs, and what he's been up to post-UFC. Join us as we journey through the exciting career of Nate Diaz. Before becoming a household name, Diaz had humble beginnings. Born and raised in Stockton, California, Nate Diaz was no stranger to the harsh realities of life. Growing up in a tough neighborhood, Diaz found solace and purpose in martial arts. His journey into the world of mixed martial arts, or MMA, started when he was just a teenager, training under the guidance of his older brother Nick, who was a fighter at the highest level, and renowned coach, Cesar Gracie. Nick and Gracie's influence was instrumental in shaping Diaz's fighting style and discipline. Nate and Nick fight similar. They're not looking to put your lights out in one shot, instead they're gonna pepper you until you break down. Under Nick and Gracie's tutelage, Diaz honed his skills in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, eventually earning a black belt, a testament to his dedication and prowess. But Diaz was not just a fighter in the ring, he was also a fighter in life, overcoming challenges and adversities with the same tenacity he showed in his matches. His relentless determination led him to the Ultimate Fighter competition, a reality TV show that pitted aspiring fighters against each other for a chance to win a contract with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, or UFC. Diaz, with his raw talent and indomitable spirit, emerged victorious, earning not just the title but also the opportunity to showcase his skills on the biggest stage in MMA. His win in the Ultimate Fighter competition was not just a personal victory, but a turning point in his career. It was the doorway to the UFC, the platform that would eventually make him a star. With his victory in the Ultimate Fighter competition, Diaz's journey in the UFC began. Diaz's entry into the UFC was just the beginning of an illustrious career. The year was 2007. A young, gritty fighter named Nate Diaz stepped into the UFC octagon for the first time after winning the Ultimate Fighter competition. This victory was a sign of what was to come, a harbinger of the rise to fame that was about to ensue. Diaz had a unique style, a blend of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and boxing that was both aggressive and tactical. His fights were never short of action, making him an instant crowd pleaser. But it wasn't just his fighting style that won him fans. His brash, unapologetic persona outside the cage added a layer of intrigue and authenticity that was hard to resist. As Diaz racked up victories, his popularity soared. He was no longer just a fighter, he was a phenomenon. Each fight was a spectacle, each victory a testament to his skill and tenacity. He made a name for himself with key victories against some of the biggest names in the sport, fighters like Conor McGregor and Michael Johnson. These wins weren't just impressive, they were dominant, showcasing Diaz's ability to outperform even the best in the business. But Diaz wasn't just about winning fights. He was also about breaking records. He holds the record for the most successful submission victories in UFC lightweight history, a testament to his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu prowess. Diaz's charisma and fighting style made him a favorite among fans. His authenticity both inside and outside the cage resonated with people. He was a fighter who wore his heart on his sleeve, who fought with passion and determination, and who never backed down from a challenge. His rise to fame wasn't just about victories and records, it was about the connection he made with the fans, the excitement he brought to the sport, and the legacy he was building. His victories and his unique persona made Diaz one of the most popular fighters in UFC history. Diaz's career is filled with memorable fights and significant achievements. Let's dive right into it. In 2007, Diaz won the 5th season of The Ultimate Fighter, a reality television series and mixed martial arts competition. This victory was a pivotal moment that launched him into the UFC limelight. Fast forward to 2012. Diaz had a shot at the lightweight championship against Benson Henderson. Despite not securing the championship, this fight showcased Diaz's tenacity and resilience, as he went the full 5 rounds against a formidable opponent. Arguably, Diaz's most notable fights were his 2 encounters with Conor McGregor in 2016. In their first bout, Diaz, an underdog, stunned the world by defeating McGregor via submission in the 2nd round. Their rematch later that year was a 5-round war that ended in a majority decision in McGregor's favor, but Diaz's performance only cemented his reputation as a relentless and fearless fighter. In terms of records, Diaz holds the 2nd most submission victories in UFC lightweight history. He's also known for his impressive cardio, often wearing down opponents with his relentless pace. Diaz's most recent achievement was his induction into the UFC Hall of Fame in 2023, a testament to his incredible career and impact on the sport. These remarkable moments have etched Nate Diaz's name in the annals of UFC history. Even after leaving the UFC, Diaz continues to make waves in the fighting world. With his boxing gloves laced up tight, Nate Diaz stepped into a whole new arena, trading the octagon for the squared circle. His departure from UFC didn't mean an end to his fighting career. On the contrary, it sparked a new chapter. A chapter that began with a high-profile boxing match against none other than Jake Paul. Yes, the same Jake Paul who has been making headlines for his crossover from YouTube sensation to professional boxer. Diaz, with his characteristic grit and tenacity, gave Paul a run for his money. The fight was a spectacle, showcasing Diaz's adaptability and his unyielding spirit. But if you thought that was it for Diaz, you're mistaken. The Stockton native isn't hanging up his gloves just yet. He's got another fight lined up, and it's against a familiar face, George Masvidal, an exciting prospect given their history in the UFC. This upcoming bout is already generating buzz, promising to be a thrilling contest. Nate Diaz, the man who never backs down from a fight, is proving that his career is far from over. His journey in the fighting world continues, and he's taking us along for the ride, one punch at a time. Whether in the UFC or the boxing ring, Nate Diaz continues to captivate audiences with his fighting prowess.